Hey everybody, it's Barbara Ann. Welcome back to my channel, Straight Out of Context. This is TikTok compilation number 5.
How do you kill your own mother? I mean, there's got to be a reason. There's got to be some abuse there. You don't just, I'm gonna kill my mother because I want to be with a boyfriend.
Really hard to say. I did make her have an orgasm once.
Okay.
And then after that, she might have blew me a little bit, and then after that, I think we stopped because we realized there was a lot of packing and stuff to do.
Okay. So you guys get everything packed, she wipes down the fingerprints, and then what do you guys do?
I am so not threatened by you. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. You're just mad because I have a Chad.
This out. Let's just give him a minute.
I just need a minute, okay?
I kept asking questions. I'm not understanding what the deal is here. So.
Double standard my ass. And she's still better looking than you or Ken. I bet she nicer on the inside too. I said what I fucking said, bitch. Meanwhile, yeah, the happy couple.
So, yesterday when I came across this video, for the last, I want to say, a couple weeks, Ryan has increasingly kind of gotten on my nerves. I mean, he was my husband. I can say that, okay? And we are still technically married. So, I think it's completely normal for people to go back and forth with each other in little tit-for-tat ways. Okay, we are not, I'm not going to say we're on bad terms, but we're not on good terms. We're just on terms. So,
You're married.
when I seen the video, I was not jealous. I am happy for him. If
The
he wants
fuck
to go
you're not.
dance with a million girls. If he wants to go to a club, cool. I'm happy. I don't care. Like, I want him to find someone and I want him to be happy. But what I am disappointed in is society. So it was not even Ryan's video that kind of like made me frustrated. It was
How about
society's
your
view of
own
the situation.
actions? How about
I
your
understand
own
that sexism
actions?
and favoritism towards men has been a thing for as like.
No, blame everybody
Well,
else instead of the fact that you should have shut the fuck up.
So I just don't see how when a man does something, then it's praised. But when a woman does something, she gets slandered and like slammed for it. So granted. Questions was like, how do you feel now that you're getting all this attention? But you're a murderer. Oh my God. Like, she just flat out said it. It was a lady from the UK, and I'm kind of like, okay. And everybody in the room just like jumped up and was like ready to like, am I okay? Yeah. They were freaking out for me, and I'm like, no, guys, I got this. Like, it's something that I'm gonna have to address. Because it's always in my comments. Like, why are we glorifying a murderer and this and that and the other? And, I don't want to have to remind people every single time that I'm not the one that committed the act of the kill. So, I'm a part of it. Right. But in the state of Missouri, there's no such thing as accessory to murder. So technically, they couldn't charge me with accessory because that charge doesn't exist. So, I mean, had I been in another state, I would have been charged with accessory to commit murder.
Oh, that makes sense.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you.
Of all the interviews that Gypsy Rose Blanchard has done, this one, I would say, infuriated me the most. And I'm sure it did a lot of other people too. But we're just going to talk about that again because I did this last year. I'm going to do it again. Missouri. First-degree premeditated murder is a person who commits the offense of murder in the first degree if they knowingly cause the death of another person after deliberation upon the matter. Now it's broken up into two parts. Under the age of 18 and above the age of 18. And Gypsy Rose Blanchard was only a month away from her 24th birthday. So what I would like to know is, hey, Gypsy, how does all that attention feel now? How does that infamy feel now? Accessory. There's two different types of accessory to commit murder, and that's usually before and after. In most jurisdictions, accessory to murder is a felony that can result in years in prison. Being an accessory is considered a separate offense from the crime itself. To be convicted of accessory to murder, the government must prove that the defendant intentionally and knowingly assisted the murder. The defendant's actions must be deliberate, not accidental or coerced. And that is different for different states and what type of law they may have as far as that. But accessory before the fact is when somebody helps someone else before they commit a murder. For example, they could be buying the gun, knowing that that person was going to use it on somebody else, and they did not stop it. They didn't warn anybody. They didn't call law enforcement. Accessory after the fact is when someone helps someone after they commit murder. An example could be driving a getaway car after the homicide. But there's also a different type of accessory charge that some states have, and that is if you're with somebody and you don't intentionally know that they plan on harming somebody, and they do, and you neglect to not only intervene but try to stop that person, but you also don't try to call 911 or try to elicit some kind of help for that person that they are harming to stop the crime from happening. If you sit there, and even if you didn't intentionally know that they were going to do it, and you sit there and you watch them do it anyway, you could have, by duty and obligation, try to prevent it, but you did not. So you could be charged with accessory in that kind of scenario too. But it all depends on the state and what laws they have and their legal standard for that. But if you look into what that means, the defendant had knowledge of the crime either beforehand or afterward, and the defendant intentionally acted to aid the perpetrator, also called the principal offender. In the Gypsy Rose Blanchard case, Gypsy Rose Blanchard is the principal offender. Under Missouri statute for first-degree premeditated homicide, she was over the age of 18 and she knowingly caused the death of another person. However, she also attempted murder twice before. On June 14th of 2011, and supposedly months prior to that, she attempted to take her mother's life 2 other times. And one of those is documented. When you solicit somebody else to commit the act for you, or hire somebody else to commit the act for you, you are still guilty of first-degree premeditated murder. And in Missouri, they have the death penalty for special heinous circumstantial crime. And jabbing somebody 17 times and partially decapping them, that is a heinous special circumstance that should have awarded her the death penalty. And in fact, she probably was facing the death penalty at first. The abuse excuse is what saved her life. But what I would really want to know is, you thought that you shouldn't have got as many years as you did? What did you believe under God and under the laws of man that you deserved? What do you think you deserve? That's what I want to know, because 10 years ain't nothing but a slap on the fucking wrist. But there is such thing as accessory, or AKA aiding and abetting a criminal in the state of Missouri. But that is not what Gypsy Rose Blanchard did. What she did was first-degree premeditated murder with the special circumstance of a heinous crime that should have landed her the death penalty. Gypsy Rose is the sole reason why Nicholas Godejohn was there, why he did what he did. Had she not been the person who solicited him and plotted this for years and manipulated him and coerced him, if anybody in this scenario
the girl that
was aiding and abetting,
murdered her mother,
and an accessory, it would be Nick himself to Gypsy, because she is the sole perpetrator of the crime. She's the person
look at you like, this is Gypsy Rose. She's famous.
Manipulated it.
I don't
killing
know
her mother.
She
Shouldn't
is
be famous
the
for
most
something like
guilty
that.
party
Exactly.
out of the two of them. But that also completely throws out the abuse excuse, because it's one thing for you to be defending yourself from an imminent and immediate threat on your body, your person, and your safety, and take another person's life because of abuse. It's a totally different thing when you bring a third party into it and manipulate them for years after you failed to attempt on that same person's life twice before and couldn't get the job done, and you manipulate a third party to do it for you. That completely throws the abuse narrative out, because you now brought a third party into it. You now ruined the life of a third party as well. And it can also be said that that person possibly really did love you so much that he sacrificed what he felt and thought and was manipulated to believe was the only way to save you, to get you freedom, to save your life from this horrendous abuse, that you couldn't pick up a phone, that you couldn't call your dad, that you couldn't call 911, you couldn't tell a neighbor. No, I mean, but you can have sex in the backyard in front of the neighbor's house, but you couldn't let them know that you're supposedly being abused. None of it makes sense because it's all bullshit. It's just a criminal defense strategy. And it worked because it got her a sweetheart plea deal that first-degree murderers don't usually get, especially in the state of Missouri, and she took it for second degree. But it's backwards because they incentivize the more guilty party to lie and to run with that, instead of taking the person who was honest from the very beginning and incentivizing them for their honesty and their cooperation, like they normally do in soliciting or hiring type of scenarios when it comes to homicide, and giving that person the plea deal to get out in 10 years. Despite who committed that act, it has nothing to do with that. So if anybody was acting as an accessory or aiding and abetting to the principal offender, it was Nicholas Godejohn. Because he was helping her. And not only that, but he's going to spend the rest of his life in prison, knock on wood, hopefully not, because he loved somebody that much, that he sacrificed himself, his life, his future, his freedom for her. He doesn't get a fresh start. He doesn't get renewed freedom. He doesn't get to have a fair day in court. He doesn't have somebody advocating for him in that type of way, in that platform with millions of viewers and watchers, or somebody that's actually going to be there by his side while he serves that time. No, and he doesn't have the support and the resources to utilize the same way that Gypsy Rose Blanchard does. And it's highly unfair. It's not justice, and it's absolutely heinous and wrong. But this is the one thing that infuriates me the most, because she, as long as I'm alive, is never going to live that down. I will be here every single day to remind you all that not only is she a fraud, she's a horrible human being, she is a liar, and all of that BS story that she tells you is not true. She walked in that house for 9 years and didn't use that wheelchair except for when her and her mom were running a scam for other people outside of their own home. And she used Nicholas Godejohn.
It is Gypsy Rose went live with me.
Until now. Did she battle you?
No, we just had a good conversation. People kept being like, she wants to collab, and I'm like, Jeffree Star Cosmetics is not collabing with a murderer. We're not doing it this year.
I need like a list of iconic things you say on today's episode. That's one. I want her on Canceled regardless so bad. But why?
So here's my issue. Why? I'm very sarcastic, and I battle, and I'm live all the time. I say really crazy funny jokes. I should have been a comedian, right? So we go live together. We have a good time. I'm not gonna collab with her. She's like, I don't know if she's hinting at it, but like, and she's also learning TikTok. And imagine you're in prison for so long, and the phone is so new.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God!
It's like, it must be such a trip.
Imagine what that even feels like.
Yes. Yeah. So my issue is that she thought I was all great, and then a couple weeks later, someone sends her a clip of a joke I made. Unfollow. She can't handle the humor.
Boring. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was talking to her on FaceTime, and I was like, "Slay, mother," and I was like, "Wait."
Oh, Rose, that's so pretty.
Okay, someone needs to send her like a lion, a uni.
What is a lion?
Taylor just sent Gypsy the iconic diamond gun. There it is. Turn her up. Yes, Ollie. There it is.
Thank you. Aww. I looks good with this hat.
Oh my God. Eugenia! She just sent you one of the biggest gifts on the app. Oh my God, Eugenia.
So much.
That was so sweet. There we go. We have to show Gypsy what some big gifts are.
Aw, thank you. I'm a Leo, so I love lions.
Are you really?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. Hell yeah. That's amazing. I'm a Scorpio, but I love Leos.
Oh, God, I heard all about you Scorpios.
Oh, you heard about me? I know you heard about me.
I have a reputation.
We really do.
We really do.
Let me send her a good one.
11,
so I can send you gifts while we're live, too. Oh, this is one of my favorites. The iconic... The yacht.
Numbers,
Let's
baby.
go.
Blessed, baby.
Oh, that's awesome. So cool. Thank you.
This app is really fun.
I know. I'm gonna press the gift button. Okay, so I'm gonna send you a gift. How do I do that? Okay. I just pick one.
So you will have to you'll have to have some form of payment connected to the app.
Okay.
Whether it's a debit card or PayPal. So all these gifts are money that are sent to you or me, and you can cash out later. Once a week, you can cash out with your PayPal, and then to send gifts, it's called recharging. You guys, isn't this so cool to teach someone new? Because I knew nothing about this 10 months ago either.
Oh, this is great.
Okay, so gift seeds. Some of the gifts are really expensive. So that lion someone just sent you is like $400.
What?
Yes, Eugenia sent you a lion.
Oh my goodness, thank you. Good.
Yeah, so isn't that wild?
That is so wild. The only one that's highlighted in my area is the rose, and I know that's cheap. I'm so sorry it's cheap, but it's the only one that's highlighted.
It is a rose is a penny. It is a penny. No, it's true though. It is the lowest gift, y'all. We all know a rose is cheap. Don't even try to play her like that. And then here, let me send you a little. This is like a money gun. That's like $50.
Okay.
Not $50, $5. Not 50. It's like $5.
Yeah, make it right.
Isn't it fun? And there's so many. Oh, you got the diva hat. Let's go, Guy Combs.
The only person making it rain is Brian on that girl's booty. Throw that ass in the circle. Throw that ass in the circle.
That's so sweet.
So later, if you have anything connected, you can recharge. It's like you have to do it later, or have your sister teach you.
Yeah, my sister is like, that's cool.
Oh, Frankie!
These are freaking cool.
That was awesome. I know this app has really wild
cool,
gifts. The
man.
animations are just.
Everybody wants it, man. Everybody needs to live, man.
Thank you so much.
It's so fun learning because there's a lot to it, and it took me a minute to get the hang of it.
Yeah. And they're just so fun to watch, too.
They are.
Oh, yeah. It's so fun to watch that money gift come in.
I get enamored with it.
I know.
Oh, Jeffrey, we know you're
If you guys are new to TikTok or watching Gypsy, you guys see how it says 1.1 above or below my name? Those are how many people have tapped, or how many times our screen's been tapped. So when people double tap the screen, you guys, it does share out the live. TikTok pushes it to the top. And I have the most likes or taps on anyone's live ever. We broke all the records for that. That was only like 2 weeks ago, too, which is wild. Thank you. Yes, y'all, the iconic Gypsy Rose is in the building. Everyone send her a gift. Say hi. Yes. Look at all the diva hats.
Wait, Jeffrey, I got a surprise for you.
Oh, yeah. Gotta bring Laura.
I'll bring our mom.
Oh my gosh! Who is that sweet baby?
Not your sweet baby.
Grace.
Aurora! That is such a pretty name. Gypsy, I have 7 Pomeranians. I don't know if you saw that already. 7.
I know that you have a couple. I was like, oh my goodness. I can barely handle one.
Yes.
She's old. She's about 8 or 9.
Yeah, my oldest is 9.
Oh,
Thank you. Everyone's sending Gypsy gifts. Thank you. Tell your sister you're the gift queen now. Look how many gifts she's gotten. Over 100K.
I gotta get on here.
My friend really does make a living. She battles and goes live every day on here. So, 7 days a week. People, not everyone can do that.
Yeah, she needs it. When her daddy literally is a financial advisor
makes
in
6
fucking
figures every
Manhattan at
month
one of the biggest.
It's wild.
I'll go live and I'll do like a little get ready with me, and then I get like 200 viewers, and I get like maybe 5 roses. And I'm like, you know what? I just like having conversations with people. And I'm just like, I like to feel like I'm on FaceTime with people.
Mia, how is that going now, Mia?
Right, I feel like we're on FaceTime right now. I love that.
How is that now, Mia?
That's so
How
cool.
is that now?
Oh, they have a pomegranate.
I'm looking if I can find
What are the odds? Palms are my favorite. I do have 7, which is a lot, but we got a big old ranch in the middle of nowhere. I live in Wyoming now.
Okay. I think that state is talked about enough, honestly.
It's not. It's the 9th biggest as far as land, but it's the least populated. Isn't that wild?
That could be because
So, I'm out in the middle of nowhere, peace and quiet. I like to work and travel and have a wild life and then come back and be grounded and just be away from everyone.
I do.
That's because the taxes.
That's
because the no taxes. That's why people like to go to Wyoming.
It's peaceful. Everybody is pretty much almost related. Like everybody's cousins with someone. This is actually where, not Cutoff, but a little town not far from here, Golden Meadow,
Gypsy,
is
you're
where
boring.
I
You don't want to hear your life history.
Gypsy, we love you. Don't kill the next one. All right. Hi there. Yeah. All right, Gypsy. We'll see you on the next documentary.
Being, Gypsy Blanchard, the girl that murdered her mother.
I don't want people to look at you like this is Gypsy Rose. She's famous for killing her mother. You shouldn't be famous for something like that.
Exactly.
Yep. Since she had warned me that she's tried it twice before, and she's only mentioned one of those times in the media. The other, apparently she almost got close to killing her mother, but however, she couldn't do it. She was attempting to do it mainly for someone that she had an infatuation with, and, well, she found out later that it was just infatuation, but yet the person keeps using her to this day, so, yeah, it's very sad.
It does hurt my feelings a little bit whenever people do call me a danger, because I want to make clear, I was a part of the crime, but I didn't commit the act. And I think that is what people need to, really remember. He's the one that did the actual kill, not me. I can't kill anyone. That's why he's in trouble to begin with, because he's the one that did it. So when they say I'm a murderer, I don't identify.
It's on the rumor mill that Ken Urker has left Gypsy Rose Blanchard Anderson, and that it's been filmed for the Lifetime TV series that she's been filming for the past 6 months, and it's going to film the birth of her daughter and the after of her becoming a mom. It has been largely speculated that this is why she posted this about doing away with all the public social media, because Ken Urker has left her. Now, it was just speculated by a few creators not even 3 days ago that Ken Urker is no longer wearing his promise ring, but Gypsy Rose is wearing what looks like an engagement ring. So people have been speculating that they're already engaged, and they have plans to marry immediately after her divorce is sealed and done. I don't think that Ken Urker has left her yet. I think that he's waiting till after the birth of the baby. And he's also going to wait till the cameras and the monetization are no longer there to then leave her. Because if he does it on camera, he's going to look like, well, the douche canoe that he is. But you know, Ken Urker is tired of defending her and her crime and her lies, her actions, her words, and her behaviors. And in all honesty, who wouldn't be? Who wouldn't be? Infamy is not the same as fame. Ken Urker only came back into her life when the cameras and the attention and the filming was being done. Interjected himself into her marriage, her life, knocks her up, and then jumps right into her reality show, her social media, and her life. I don't know about the psychology of Ken Urker, but that in and of itself tells me there's something woohoo, 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 not right there. Because of all the women that are single, that are great, amazing, talented, beautiful, wonderful human beings inside and out, you go to the one that is a convicted murderer who unalived her mom, who supposedly has all this damage and trauma, and think that's going to be the one for you? Make that make sense. I think the only reason why Ken Urker came into her life to begin with, after having been with somebody for 5.5 years, is because the cameras were there. The cameras were there, the production was there, all of that was being filmed. The fact that she did prison confessions, she did a book, she did a second book, she did Life After Lockup. That right there was what attracted him back. Not Gypsy or her freedom. Because if that was true, he would have never left her in the first place, period, no matter what. To go then hook up with another woman for 5.5 years. He would have done what Ryan did. He would have cared about her. He would have talked to her. He would have taken care of her commissary. He would have all of that during the toughest time of her life, the hardest time of her life, which is during her incarceration. But he didn't do that. He left her. So, and he only comes back around when she is of a social and financial benefit to him. He would look so absolutely terrible if he decided to leave her this close to her giving birth. So it's my opinion that Ken hasn't left her. I think he's going to, but I would just be really surprised if even a douche like him would do so before she gave birth. I know he's probably very, very, very tired of it. And I know a lot of people defend Gypsy. Gypsy is a habitual liar. She's a terrible person. She treats people like shit and she disposes of anybody. She's spoiled. She's entitled. She's self-centered. But that also comes with the fact that Gypsy Rose is, and it has nothing to do with abuse. Gypsy Rose cognitively is not average or normal like other people. She very much, for a middle-aged woman, is like, she seems like a 14-year-old. And Ken is going to get very tired of who Gypsy really is and how she really behaves and acts behind closed doors. Because he's going to feel like he's not only becoming a father, he's going to feel like he's a father towards her too. Like, not that that's an equal, that that's not a partner. That he essentially has to be more than just a companion to her. And that's really sad and really unfortunate, but that's what you get when you seek out people like that. And you decide to jump into their marriage, break it up, and then impregnate her and take over. So even if Ken does leave her, I mean, I would be very surprised if he does it now. But I think he is eventually going to, because he doesn't look happy. He always looks like he's got hemorrhoids or he's taking a shit every time he's with her or on camera. And he always says really fucking snarky, sarcastic, mean shit, especially the last time TMZ caught them at the airport. Whoo! I'm sorry, Ken Urker. Nobody knows who the fuck you are and nobody gives a shit. Before or after Gypsy, you're going to be nothing. You're not even going to be a cliff note or a footnote on Wikipedia. So, if it's fame and attention you want, you're better off going to Hollywood and trying your chances at becoming a dancer, a singer, or an actor. Or model. You can always try that too. You would get more fame and attention doing something like that than being with somebody who is a habitual pathological liar, convicted unaliver, and just all around shitty lying person. So is it true? Do you think he left her? I don't know. Drop your comments because I want to see what other people think. I really, if somebody's going to say that he's left her, I gotta see conclusive proof. Saying it ain't quite enough for me to believe it. And I'm sure all you beautiful, amazing, very intelligent, wonderful human beings who follow and subscribe, you all know that too. So until I see it with my own eyes, even then I'm not going to believe it, because you know what they say, believe none of which thou hear and only half of which thou see. But above all, Ryan Anderson, if you even touch that bitch again, you're done for. You can't recover. You will never be able to recover. And not only that, no relationship's going to survive. So Ryan needs to just keep throwing that ass in a circle away from Gypsy. But in all honesty, I'm not sad for Gypsy, even if that was the case, because she brought it on herself. You know, there's a lot of circumstances in life that people cannot help, that they cannot change. But you always have a choice in how you react and how you let it affect and effect your life, yourself, your emotions, your choices, your actions, your words. And Gypsy has allowed all of this toxic drama, not only in social media, but in her real life, to harm so many people. So this is not just the universe speaking and karma and God punishing her. This literally is the bed of her own making, and she shall thou lay in it. I don't know. What do you think? Tell me below. Ken Urker misplaced Parker, his dog, and I cannot confirm if this is really true or if this is really from any of his official social media pages. But if that is true and Parker is part husky, they are notorious for running and escaping. But you know what else are? Possums. I wonder if he would post a reward with Gypsy's money if he lost or misplaced Gypsy. I have to cover this because this is my friend's page. There's not only 1, 2, but there's 3 people that actually said no, he absolutely did not leave her. They literally were just seen less than a day ago in Lafayette, Louisiana. I myself have had somebody on my TikTok and somebody on YouTube, and a source of mine through an email said this is absolutely not true. But the easiest thing to do is just ask Gypsy herself. What's the worst that's going to happen? She's going to either lie or she's not going to respond. And of course, I don't expect her to respond to me anyway. Meanwhile, she has to say and think what you want. Me and my baby are going to live a happy life away from you trolls. And that's more than a win for me. Miss Queen of Trolls and bots and paid for followers and subscribers is going to sit here and say a happy life away from you trolls. No, this is creators and influencers and commentary channels doing what they do. They cover news, they cover celebrities, they cover reality stars, they cover true crime or anti-crime or civil litigation or celebrity civil cases or world news or anything else, etc., etc., etc. That's not troll. She lumps everybody as their trolls, their haters, their bullies. So much so that, I don't know if you remember, but when Katie Joy Polson had leaked the screenshots of her and Gypsy's private correspondence, she said that her biggest bullies were on social media. So much so that she had to go get therapy for it. But if you didn't choose to become a public figure and to sell your life in a contract and negotiating that price, these people doing commentary and covering anti-crime and covering the lies, like myself, wouldn't be here. And to sit here and say it's for money, well, I'm not monetized, so it's not about money for me, and it never has been. So all these people with these overinflated egos, because they're making so much money off of Gypsy, trolls. They're all trolls, right? Yeah, they're all trolls. The fucked up thing is, Gypsy, you can't pretend to be a good person when you're not a good person. You can't pretend, that's the whole thing. It's the wolf in sheep's clothing. It's always going to be a wolf inside. We just know. We just know that you're not a good human being. You're not trustworthy. You're not honest. And that is the thing. You don't hold true to your word. You don't hold true to your promises, your vows. So you certainly don't hold true to your parents or God or anybody else or your husband. What in the fuck makes anybody on this planet think that you would be a good friend, let alone a good parent? When you have displayed in every area of your life, especially to those that should be the most meaning to you and be the most sacred to you, that you feel entitled enough that you can take their life, that you can control them, that you can demand, that you can manipulate and coerce them into where you want them to be, and to being complacent to how you want them to be. It's devastating. But for you to sit there and call other people trolls, miss, you are the motherfucking troll. So I don't agree with people making up fake sources and fake alleged stuff or trying to entice Gypsy back, because she just did announce that she's going to leave social media. And if she leaves social media, fucking good. Everybody can go do something else and do what they were continuing to do or what they were doing before. Fine by me. I'm not going to sit here and make up shit and lie and say things to entice Gypsy into coming back into the social media realm so we can continue this toxic, perpetual cycle. I don't give a fuck either which way. Most people don't give a fuck either which way. But I'm not monetized, so I don't give a fuck. It's always been about the truth. The truth is there's millions of people who have suffered actual abuse and trauma and very heinous crime. They deserve to have a 6-part docuseries and a reality show and a 2nd-part reality show done about them, their life, their circumstances. The Turpin children, Ruby Frankie's children, those are the type of victims that they should be seeking their stories, because those are the ones that we need to hear to be able to learn from, not ones that are lied about, exaggerated, made up because you are covering for your very heinous crime and trying to make yourself look like a polished turd so you can continue negotiating those contracts by selling yourself, your life, your story. But your time is not worth more than mine or anybody else's. It's all just marketing and advertising. So all of these trolls are only here because you missed the troll queen And you're the one who has made all of this possible. If you got out of prison on December 28th of 2023 and did not go on social media, and those 4 months that your social medias were already verified and put up waiting for you to get out, if that never happened, this video I'm making right now wouldn't have happened. All the creators that have covered you wouldn't have happened. None of this would have happened. All of the cyberbullying, the harassment, the threats, the police, all the police reports, the FBI reports, all the documentation, all the calling people's jobs, calling their children, calling their school, trying to call their literal apartment manager, trying to dox them, are doxing them, threatening them, harassing them, emailing them, calling them nonstop, sending them threatening voicemails and text messages. None of that stuff would have happened. Creator versus creator, and all of these fights, all of this drama, all the negativity, all of this bullshit would not have happened if you never got on social media to begin with, if you never got out of prison to begin with. You are the common denominator in all of it. And the most disgusting and the most heinous and the most fucked up part of all is you don't even recognize that. So, have the motherfucking day you deserve. No, bitch, have the motherfucking life you deserve. Here are the pictures from Gypsy Rose Blanchard and Ken Urker's baby shower today. So, all of these rumors and this false speculation about them splitting up has been confirmed to be absolutely categorically false. I don't know if that's true or not. All I know is her hair is dyed brown again. Gypsy, if you dye your hair one more time, the motherfucking shit is going to fall out and never come back. But notice how she always goes blonde for Ken, because she knows Ken has an affection for blondes. And she's not blonde right now. But here's some pictures of her baby shower. And you clearly see that Lifetime producers and cameramen are there. But you also see this. I'm not even going to say anything. Oh, look at that. The happy couple right there. So I guess the 3 sources that came forward and have stated publicly, and the one that I had that emailed me was actually correct when they said they are very much together. In fact, she has plans on trying to handcuff him the minute her divorce is final. But you can go to Rusty's Seasoning for every stuff. Thank you, Gypsy Rose Blanchard, for trusting me with your baby shower. You have been a pleasure to work with from day one. I am so happy that... I'm not even going to read the rest of it, because Gypsy Rose probably didn't even pay for it. Lifetime probably paid for it. They probably arranged it all. They probably planned it all. I bet you that's amazing, because you know how many people are impoverished and how many people are homeless or housing insecure or are unemployed out of 330 million American citizens. I could think of probably million American women who are pregnant right now who can't even have a baby shower because they can't afford it, or their family cannot afford it. And it's just really devastating. It's really devastating, especially with inflation and the cost of food and all of that. It's to me a gross display of I'm entitled, I'm more special, my baby is more special. And I just think Lifetime, this is going to come back so terrible on you. Because for one, not only do we not want to see anything else regarding Gypsy Rose, a convicted unaliver, but the fact that you are paying people a job to record her, to produce this, You couldn't think or find a better human being that is more deserving of this spot, of this show, of this time, of these resources, of this kind of support, of this kind of attention, of this kind of importance. Really? I often ask myself every day, what the fuck is wrong with people? Seriously, what the fuck is wrong with people? It's very hard to cognitively function when you feel like you are in a world just surrounded by imbeciles and morons. But what I can't comprehend is Lifetime. You think she got out and she blew up, and her social media following is what makes her entitled to all of this. So you're just going to capitalize, monetize, market, and advertise all of this show, because it doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. It does fucking matter. It does matter. I could have pulled out 100 names from my ass that would have been a better option than Gypsy Rose Blanchard getting all this. Not that she doesn't deserve to have a baby shower, but getting it paid for, having it completely organized and provided to her and for her is no different than what she and her mom used to do all the time. When they got free trips, and they used the news, and they used news publishing, and they used GoFundMes, and they used charities, and they used all of these nonprofits, and they used people in the community, and they used Habitat for Humanity, and they used everything else at their disposal. Lifetime. She's doing the same thing to you that her and her mom used to do. But now she just took it on a larger scale, and she's doing it with having ex-mom out of the picture. Last time I checked, we don't do this with murderers. They might have an episode or a documentary done about the crime, but we don't do this. We don't glorify murderers. We don't give them platforms like this. We don't spend money, support, and resources on them like this. If her family wants to throw her a baby shower, then by all means, go ahead and do that. But I am extremely disappointed in Lifetime. Extremely disappointed. And everybody else should be boycotting them too. Because this, it's done. It's done. It's been almost a year and it's done. We're done with it. We're over it. We want no more. Go on, Gypsy. Live your life. I wish you the best. Go ahead. You've had every opportunity. 365 days later, done. We're done. We are done. Nobody cares about making content about her like that. Especially me. I'm not monetized, so I'm speaking for myself. Nobody gives a shit. Okay? She deserves to have a baby shower, but go ahead, do that. Do that with your family, all of that. Lifetime? No, this is orchestrated. It is orchestrated for the fucking TV show. I'm telling you. Mark my words. Mark my fucking words. It is high time that we petition and we start boycotting and canceling Lifetime, because all of that money that they're spending on this, they could actively, positively, and proactively be using this money, this funds, and these people working to actually support real victims and currently abuse victims or traffic victims, or actually trying to bring some kind of awareness. It's just wasted. It is wasted, and it is a terrible, to me, it's worse than a sin. It's worse than a crime, because you are essentially glorifying and condoning and justifying her crime. She has every right and civil and constitutional liberty and right in the United States of America to go live her life, do as she wishes, but That no longer jives with me when she starts using, abusing, discarding, and disposing of other people to suit her needs, to suit what she wants, to suit her false reputation online and through Lifetime, on docuseries and reality shows. So to me, it needs to stop. She can go away and she can live her life. She can have those rights and she can do what she will with it. But it needs to come to a point where Lifetime recognizes that nobody's going to be okay with this. And nobody is going to jive with this. And this is going to be bad for them publicly. Watch. As I showed, they were together in Lafayette, Louisiana, just last night, and they're very clearly together today. But if you notice, she's not blonde anymore. I don't know if that's a telltale sign that there's trouble in paradise. Gypsy Rose Blanchard just posted this update on all of her public social media, and it states, content update. I will no longer be posting personal content on this public platform. Since I was released, I have shared with my supporters my hardships and achievements through the lens of social media. However, I find myself at a crossroads that leads me to desire a more private life, sharing with only family and close friends these special moments. I greatly appreciate all the support and anyone who has ever stood by my side. I will keep posting updates on my new memoir, My Time to Stand, as well as our seasons with Lifetime TV. In addition to this public account, I have made a private TikTok and Instagram at Cajun Heart of Mine and will only accept requests from those I personally know. This decision was made with consideration to the well-being of my own mental health, that as well as the overall well-being of my family and daughter. We are all doing very well and are in good spirits, excited for our futures moving forward. Then she so beautifully sums it up with a thank you. Okay, hold up. Let's roll that back to March 15th of 2024. These are the reasons that she states for why she left: authenticity, accountability, public scrutiny, perception of social media, advice from her parole officer. So Gypsy Rose Blanchard wants you to know that she has a private account, and you are not good enough if you are not a close relative or friend of hers and she does not personally know you for her to accept it. But she wants you to know of it because she wants you to be able to distinguish her real private one from the fake ones that other people have made in her name and image. That makes no sense. If you're leaving social media, then leave social media. We don't need an update. We don't need a post. We don't need to be told. Just go. Just go. This is not giving deja vu. This is giving, I want to say another name, but I can't quite put my finger on who. But if you look on March 15th of 2024, she did this. But she also did this in April of 2024 and July of 2024. And you can look that up yourself. So this is technically the fourth time we have seen Gypsy Rose in 2024 do this. This is really ironic. When we go back and look at her reasons, Blanchard also said she thanked her fans for their support, but she couldn't give an F about a following. She said that she's now starting to listen to her inner self instead of the noise on social media. You mean you didn't take the advice of your parole officer? You know what they say, there's 3 people that you can never lie to in life. God, your doctor, your mom. Well, there's a secret 4th, and that's your parole officer. This is not the type of thing a 30-plus-year-old grown woman needs to make public, especially 4 times in 1 year. If you're going to leave social media, leave it. If you're going to leave your public platform, leave it. Okay? Nobody would be here making gypsy content, anti-crime content, pro-gypsy content if Gypsy didn't get released. So Gypsy, my message to you is you are the common denominator in all of this. If you were not released and you didn't put all your bullshit in your life and sell it to the highest bidder for money and then turn around and monetize your social media and use it as a promotional marketing and advertisement tool for all of your shows and your documentaries and your books, people wouldn't be covering it. And people would be doing the same exact thing that they had always been doing or that they are doing otherwise. It is absolutely insanity to me that you do not take any accountability at all, that you do not realize you're the problem, you're the common denominator, that you are the one that started all of this toxic social media, this little tiny itty bitty corner of TikTok or Instagram or YouTube or Facebook. This is your doing because you chose to put your life out there. You chose to sell it for a price. And that price is what you negotiated when you did a contract and got paid to produce a TV show or a documentary. That's the fucked up part. But then you want to turn around and have control. You cannot control 330 million citizens in America, and you cannot control 8 billion citizens worldwide. You cannot control what people think, what they feel, what they say. And they have every right, you as a public figure, even not to think, say, and express their feelings, their thoughts, their emotions in the way that they want to. People don't like you. They're never going to like you. It's not because you're a victim. It's because you're a liar. It's because you have been proven to be a liar time and time and time again. And if you lie about something so insignificant as not ever knowing your age and having candles, numbered candles on your birthday cake, when there's 4 different pictures of exactly that throughout your life growing up, how in the hell can anybody trust you to not lie about very important, bigger things? Of course. We know you lie. We know you're not a good person. We know it's a facade. We know you're just selling your infamy and your crime in exchange for self-gain and self-preservation. But that is the thing. You leaving doesn't warrant a public announcement because you're not actually going anywhere. You're announcing that I really do have an actual real account on TikTok and Instagram that I am going to keep private. And you're not good enough to follow me if you're not really a friend or a real supporter. I want to know what you think a real friend truly is. Because people out there making content defending you no matter what and kissing your ass and making it their own job to be your gatekeeper to the point where they're calling people's housing, they're calling people's managers, they're calling people's jobs, they're putting their information on the dark web. People have to go to the police and the FBI, and people had to go to your parole officer, and people actually had to document all of this in case if there's a civil or criminal litigation ever in the future, and people have actually had their kids threatened, had their kids' schools called, like I know because it happened to me. People actually calling, threatening, all of that's direct contact, direct harassment, direct threats. And that's not the same as a content creator coming out here and sharing their thoughts, their emotions, their opinions, and their feelings. But it's your own actions. It's your own actions that have spoke volumes. And no, you are never, even in 30 years from now, when a lot of people are dead and a new generation has grown up, they are not going to forgive you. They're not going to forget, and they're not going to like you. You're somebody who has done nothing but consistently lied, used people, disposed of them to when they no longer suit your purpose, and then turned around and defamed them, victimized them while trying to publicly make yourself look like the victim. That is exactly what Darvo is. That's exactly what gaslighting is. That's what people do. And you are using mainstream media and mainstream networks to help you. Lifetime TV will be boycotted and they will be canceled, and there will be a whole bunch of people that will absolutely tear them to shreds. If they have been filming for the last 6 months of your pregnancy journey, your adultery journey, your divorce journey, your I'm intentionally getting pregnant to trap Ken journey, to look at I'm finally becoming a mom and I'm living my life and this is me starting my family and this is me. all the way up to the birth of your baby and after the birth of your baby. Because you know what you're doing? You're not protecting your baby. It's not about your baby. It's not about your family. It's about the highest bidder and who is paying you the most for that footage of the birth of your baby, of your pregnancy journey, of you becoming a mom. And if Lifetime is filming Gypsy Rose life after lockup or finds love after lockup, knowing good damn and well that you cheated on your husband, you used him, you discarded him, you disposed of him, and you intentionally got pregnant by another man because you're obsessed with him. Lifetime's done. Lifetime will be done. I'm telling you that right now, mark my words. But this, if you're going to leave, just leave. If you're going to want to prove yourself, then fucking do it. Prove yourself. You've wasted a whole year doing fucking nothing but making social media and everybody else's life toxic. Look at all of the drama you have created. This is really funny, so I want to share this with everybody. Yesterday I shared these photos from Facebook. Rusty's seasoning for every stuff to help Gypsy Rose do her baby shower. Well, these are the pictures that they posted from Gypsy's baby shower. And that's where I speak about the fact that her hair is brown again. But I want you to pay special attention to that backdrop with the big bow. The weird baby cannibal type cookies people keep talking about because it has a picture. The cookie is round and it has her ultrasound picture, her baby's ultrasound picture on the cookie. And then people eat it. They eat the cookie. Yeah. But then you clearly see that the Lifetime cameramen, little Ken over there, cameramen are there. Hey. And you see her baby shower. The food for the baby shower. The happy couple that did not split up. No, seriously, I'm kidding. I know I showed, and I can do it again, where people say they can 100% confirm that Ken and Gypsy are still together. This is my friend's TikTok, and this person said that she's seen them, that she ran into them the night before. But even what I was told was that they actually are together. I'm more interested in what society and the public thinks. So if you want, drop your comments below. But this does not mean that they are together. It also doesn't mean that he's under contract, so they're just there putting forward a good face for the cameras. There very much could be trouble in paradise here. But I want to show you this because it is effing hilarious. This is on my video, and this person comments, "What a lame looking baby shower. $12K on Taylor Swift. $12 on your shower." My thoughts exactly. Look at all of her so-called friends living it up there and having fun. It's trash as hell. Smiley face. Bah ha 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 ha. I'm poor as fuck. As are all my friends and family, and had a far better baby shower. This looks like a last minute thrown together, little to no thought put into it, trade show display. And that backdrop looks like a mattress with a body on it. That person literally said it is giving mattress with a body on it. As in Mommy Dead and Dearest type of giving mattress with a body on it. Love Shack Sarah 88, you are hilarious. You are effing hilarious. And I just wanted to share that with everybody because that is exactly what it looked like. Camera 1, camera 2. Camera 1, camera 2. Recap. All right, I love you all. I hope you got a good laugh out of that. See y'all on the flip side.
Okay.
Date night again. I just took my graduation pictures and I haven't eaten all day, and it is currently 5:36 and I'm starving, and we both kind of feel like trash because we really haven't eaten anything. So we're gonna play rock, paper, scissors again to figure out where we're gonna go.
Okay.
I'll win, best 2 out of 3. I'll win, we go to Chimes.
And if I win best 2 out of 3, we'll go to pool.
Okay.
Don't shoot.
And shoot?
Yeah.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay.
1.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. 1. Do you need to think strategy?
I got it.
Wait, we're just 1 and 1 right now.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Bang.
Okay. Alright.
That's 2.
Oh. Okay. I was
like we're
thinking.
going to 4.
Are you sure?
What do you mean for sure? I won twice.
But are you sure that's what you want?
Are you trying to rig the game?
Dude, I'm just asking.
I'm positive.
Fine, 4 it is. I have no complaints, really. I just really wanted boudin egg rolls, and Chimes has boudin egg rolls.